This time it's on leg stump and it's worked away nicely by Rebecca Carter all the way down to the square leg boundary for 4 runs. Full toss from Sipple, dealt with beautifully by Rebecca Carter. Whips it through mid-wicket for 4.
Sipple full to lines and driven through the gap, driven nicely. This one will test the outfield as they come back for a second. Ginger does the fielding and does beautifully, but she's again short this time and cut hard from Carter. That one will go for 4 runs. Full this time, feed again from Lyons into the gap and a mix-up. This will be an unfortunate end for the Meteors opener, and a couple of dot balls brings about the pressure. And Georgia Voll, it is, completing the run out. Young player of the season in the WBBL as well. Full this time from Mack and hit beautifully for 4. Round the wicket and full this time. Carter worked away on the leg side. Little bit of work to do for Winfield Hill. She's not going to get there. Good do. She wants her to drive and beaten this time. That one will make its way down towards the boundary. It looks like it'll get there too. Good chase.
Mack comes forward again, drives on the onside all the way to the boundary for 4.
That's a lovely shot.
This part of her innings gets a full toss, and that'll be no problem at all for Katie Mack. Hits a full toss through the covers. Charging a short ball, pulled away by Katie Mack through mid-wicket, down to the boundary for 4. Right arm leg spin on this occasion. Down the wicket, and comes Carter. It beats mid-on. It'll go down to the boundary for 4. Mack. And, oh, that's played beautifully. That'll go down to the boundary for 4. Lapped away superbly. Very fine. Here's Grace Parsons bowling to Carter, who lost the ball and there to be out. Grace Harris won't take many easier catches than that. Parsons decept. Mack on strike, works it away nicely. She'll think about 2. Might even get 4. Oh, down the onside, swept away, a full delivery, down to the boundary for 4.
A little bit quicker through the air and punched into the offside from Mack. They'll get through for 1 and come back for the second. And that brings up a very well-made half-century from the Meteors skipper, her 20th at WNCL level in her 74th innings. Here's Sipple again, full and ramped this time from Mack. That one will go down to the boundary. Charlie not so far, and again she's into Mack. And this one, thick outside edge, but that will run for 4 as well. Comes again, a little bit slower, and worked around the corner, and that'll be out. A well-set field there from Queensland. Probably for the first time today, a mis-execution there from the Meteor skipper, Katie Mack. She picks out the fielder.
This time, Leeson goes aerial, gets it over the top of mid-on, and that'll go down to the boundary rope for 4. Parsons, shorter, quicker, cut away, behind point, down to the boundary rope for 4. It's really evenly balanced at the moment, this game. Oh, and Porter lofts the ball past the fielders in the deep as well. This time it's hit away, hard, through the offside, beats the short cover.
For a couple of spells, say, in she comes. Using her feet and finds Grace Harris. Round the wicket comes Hancock and cut into a gap from Bates. Now that's timed quite nicely and it will get down to the boundary. Round the wicket she comes and the sweep's on from Bates and that'll find a gap and that will go for a boundary again. An excellent shot from Alicia Bates. Square of the wicket on the leg side. Short this time and again cut from Bates and cut nicely. That one will go for 4 as well. Porter on strike. Down the wicket she comes, and again they've picked out the fielder. Burton do. She goes back, cuts the ball nicely, and she'll get a boundary. Excellent shot from Kayla Burton there. And a big shout here, and the finger goes up. Batter's looking to score runs over the wicket this time. It's slow, it's hit up in the air from Bates. Coming around is the fielder, and a great catch. And bowled. And well executed there from Courtney Sip. Janital Simona out to the middle today. Quicker this time and cut beautifully. Happy birthday, Shimmy. Cast, of course, is Courtney Sipple. And that'll be a boundary for Furling. Takes the outside edge. Down the wicket she comes. Hits the ball nicely. It looks like it's into a gap. That may go for a boundary. And does. Here's Harris. Straight up this time. Harris underneath for her 3rd catch of the day. and takes it comfortably. Enjoy the next couple of seconds, no doubt. Here's Grace Harrison. There goes Furling. Goes aerial. It's not going to go for 6. They will come back for a couple here. Good piece of work from Hancock. And perhaps a bit of fatigue from 50 overs in the field on display there.
Hunter, full, driven, straight back down the ground for 4. This one's shorter, that's pulled away, that'll be back-to-back boundaries, it is. Short, pulled away by Voll. Outfield is reasonably quick, 3 fielders chase it, can anyone hone it in? No, they can't. Voll says, I'll have a bit of that, that's short, and it's pulled away. Hit harder. It's extremely strong. Short again, pulled away for 4 more.
What they've got in the sheds.
This one's cut off the back foot, punched in front of point, racing away, 4 boundaries in the over. It's charging in now, bowls full and driven through the covers. That should go to the boundary for 4, it will. This wicket from, they're searching for one here. Meteors, that's short, that's pulled away. 2 fielders out there, beats them both. Furling bowls, cut beautifully. Beats point, down to the boundary for 4 runs.
Here's Simona again. Using her feet this time and down the ground. Beautiful shot. And again. Flights up and a beautiful cover drive from Georgia Voll. That will take her into the 40s.
Perhaps 4.
Hunter
Oh
around
no,
the wicket.
7. But that was
That
Sam.
might have found a gap there. Into the gap this time from Voll, and that will bring up a very well-made half-century from the youngster here at EPC Solar Park. A welcome return to a primary role. Happened in this commentary box. Using her feet that time and driven past or through Alicia Bates, as it were, for 4. Using her feet again is Voll, and another boundary here for Queensland. Here's Leeson now, straight again to Voll and driven nicely. Will it get through? It will. She got a bit of a hand on it, did Amy Hunter.
Or if you don't like that, if you're in Canberra or in the close by, you can. That's a half century. Redmayne sweeps. Well, that should go down to the boundary. Running away to fine leg. Beck Carter won't run that one in. Match so far against South Australia. Short ball, ease over the top of point, down to the boundary, rope for 4. Started this, flicked over the top, between mid-on and mid-wicket, sensible, smart cricket. Up.
Yes.
Lovely. Down the wicket, Voll, this time through the offside, gets a boundary. Short, hit fine for another boundary to Georgia Redmayne.
Leeson it is now, though, around the wicket to Redmayne, who pierces the gap and pierces it beautifully, and not for the first time today. Here's Leeson again, driven and beautifully driven from Redmayne. All class. The wicket here, the Meteors. Around the wicket comes Furling again, and worked off the pads from Redmayne, once again into the gap. As once again she finds the gap, and Redmayne, most beautiful runs you'd ever wish to see today. Around the wicket, into the gap, worked into the offside, and there it is. A magnificent century for Georgia Redmayne, the skipper of Queensland today.
Here goes Voll, lofts over mid-off, down to the boundary for 4. Voll now, off the back foot, they'll run through for a single. Simona comes in quickly, there's a misfield, and Georgia Voll brings up her 2nd century in WNCL cricket. 100 not out. So get that bonus point and a win. Tossed up, driven hard and straight. Beats mid-off. Mid-on comes around. Simona fields superbly the birthday girl down on the boundary. And they're going to come back for the 3rd. Chance for a run out. That's close. That's out. Here we go, that's been hit hard and high into the outfield, out. Catch is taken. So Georgia Voll departs. Genford bowls on leg stump. Worked away nicely by Charlie Knott. They've got one. They'll come back for the 2nd. And that completes a very comprehensive victory for Queensland.